Al pie del Ávila majestuoso, a 920 metros sobre el nivel del mar, en un valle de verde geografía que se abre de este a oeste, surge Caracas, la capital de Venezuela.
And now, our feature presentation.
You are watching a master at work.
Go get some!
What's going on, fellas? My name is Rafael Chacinas, no es el Capitán Rafucho, and welcome to another episode. This is the Rush and Shine Friday of Straight Outta Nation, y'all! Thank you very much, and sorry about that because this week has been a whole lot of mess because I was working. Yep, no cap at all because I was working by day and night, getting that bread, homie, getting that bread, getting that money. You know, getting that money with the cha-ching. But anyways, this is another episode of Straight Outta Nation because not only we can talk about Las Vegas Raiders, my team, that team that represent the one and only nation, the Raider Nation, motherfuckers, but also we can talk about NFL, college football, college basketball, NBA, all those things.
Ahora viene el hit de los hits, de los hits, de los hits.
Yes, it is, because it's going to be like a short stream, but we're talking about the preview between Philadelphia Eagles, yes, the current Super Bowl champions, against us, Las Vegas Raiders, but also we can talk about a little bit of Diego Pavia and some interesting topics that you might know. So get ready, folks. Make sure to subscribe to Capitán Rafucho on YouTube on the way 2K subscribers. Also, you can follow me on different social media. Twitter as known as at Capitán Rafucho. On Instagram, Kick, and TikTok at Capitán Rafucho 93. And if you want to help and support the stream, no matter what, you can always make a donation by Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. All financial help is welcome. Now, ladies and gentlemen, because during for the preview between Las Vegas Raiders versus the current Super Bowl champions, which is the Philadelphia Eagles, does anyone at hard to root to expect to lose? Because we don't know about this. Because everybody think that it's going to be the revenge game for Kenny Pickett. There's an opportunity to start. But a lot of persons that say, don't fuck it up with us, Kenny. Because they need the number one pick. The number one pick of the draft of 2026. Because he's going to play for this next contract. Whatever is here or someone else. And he has a chance to show out this next employee what he can do. And some people, they're going to root for him. Because they just saw Geno Smith at a lifetime. Because everybody knows that Geno Smith sucks. Yes. Because they just saw for like Geno Smith all around for this season so far. Honestly, I hope that Kenny Pickett got a balls out for the rest of the year and bring back some positivity. It's all good with drafting the number one quarterback, but we're just like a funky dumpster fire. We need more than fits the sixth show. Because if you guys remember, I know that some of the people, they're Philadelphia Eagles fan. So this is going to be like a fake scenario that's getting through all of the head with the start, because it's not going to be very much feeling. It's going to be like the bigger chance, but they might notice. They might notice. But also, they're going to bring back Colton Miller. It is practicing for the first time since sustaining a high ankle sprain for week 4 loss to the Chicago Bears. And Max Crosby is not practicing. Too bad. That's too bad. Oh my goodness. But it's too bad enough for this one. Hey, how's it going? Stay on for the grade 3844 and say, do you enjoy football, sir? Yes, it is. Because not only is the perfect time, but of course, it is a perfect time to see football with the family when it comes to Christmas. Because in fall and winter, it's all about football. It's all about NFL. It's all about college football. Also, stay off of the grade to say, who is your favorite team, sir? Oh, man. What can I tell it about this right now? Should we put the audio? Yeah, should we put the audio? That's my favorite team right now. That's my favorite team. But of course, I'm wearing the Duke. Yep, I'm wearing the Duke because it's a college football team. So no matter what. All right. So between for the return of Colton Miller and Max Crosby is now practicing, this team can't even lose, right? Because they might well rest Genty and Colton Miller for next season. If they want to play Monster Samir and Charles Grant, that will be like a perfect recipe for disaster. In one hand, I understand putting him on the shelf. On the other two, probably he wants to play and keep it duos on the shelf with the mount. Probably sends the wrong message to the players. It's not about like the week 18 that is sprained an ankle. He's not playing with a broken foot like Daniel Jones or huge inflamed knee and like Mads. But Colton is an anti-task missile. You might notice. But man, they know that I had a shot at 7 wins with Colton and JPG healthy and performing well. But they better not win if they want to do with the first pick. So I don't know about this, folks. I don't know about this. Because in some point, if they want to see Kenny Pickett to shine, probably they're going to need it. But I'm not really sure if Kenny Pickett is going to stick to the script or maybe he's going to have like a revenge game. But it's because Raiders are always to oppose it. What you wanted them to do. When you want them to win crucial games, they shit the bed. When you finally embrace the tank at the end of the season, and I'm not a fan of tanking a quarterback, they decide to win a few games. But I don't know about this right now, but they can finally fix the break with Kenny. I don't know, because the one thing is gonna be like a pissed off the fans and just go out and if there's like a big day and wins. But I don't know where that team is gonna suddenly how develop a rookie quarterback. Now it's multiple FA, FO, and coaching regimes that are all the same drafting issues, lots of free agency and signing issues, online issues, secondary issues, defensive line issues aside from Crosby, linebacker issues, scoring issues, and of course, quarterback issues, including Gino's. But you think that purposely losing for our one proven player is going to solve all these issues? They should admit that everything is shit. Coming off for fuel, rebuild, trade back for more picks, and trade some players as well. Well, really commit to fixing the trenches on both sides. If the people wants to get Mark away from the building and let John Spytek do the job and hope that pray we can hire like a head coach and make good draft picks, they might know. But I guarantee there's not gonna be like an ending game someday. But there's no way in hell that we're gonna beat Philadelphia Eagles. I know they have a lots between Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley. You might didn't notice. They know how to know really to notice. Hey, how's it going, Roy Pena? Salute to you, my brother from another mother. Yes, it is. And now, between for the preview of Philadelphia Eagles versus Las Vegas Raiders, I'm going to show a video about a prospect quarterback who's been trending all around the social media over for the last few days. And yes, it's not a lie. It is not a lie. Because right now we're going to check the latest video of Diego Pavia. Roll the video
What team do I want to play for? Let me think. Well, I got a few options. This is no order.
Is this about Rushmore, top 5, top 3, or what is it?
Yeah, I would say top 5. One, anywhere that needs a QB, but this is where I would like to go. Las Vegas Raiders, so I can play with Max Crosby.
No, that's so you can party, but next one?
What? Dude, you only...
So you can play with Max Crosby? He's on defense, and he's
I know, but he would control the defense.
Well, if you saw like technical issues, well, if the people say very closely, Diego Pavia will love to play with Las Vegas Raiders. And all the people will say, what? There you go. Because to be honest right now, is a really good fit for Las Vegas Raiders? Because right now for us, we struggle with consistent quarterback depth and probably going to prioritize high character, coachable development talents in later draft stages. But here's the thing. If Diego Pavia could be drafted for Las Vegas Raiders, he's going to have with the mobility and playmaking complement need for a flexible quarterback capable of improvisation. Also, leadership and toughness will align the team culture, demanding resistance in high pressure games. Also, he has the potential to bridge the gap as a backup. Backup, did I just say it? Not a starter. Or eventually, utility styler designing run pass schemes. But there is one thing. His arm strength. For assessing limitations may hinder performance in conventional pocket-heavy NFL sets. And his size could pose risk for hitting windows and absorbing pressure behind the Raiders' offensive line. He could be like a development project, potentially requiring significant adjustment periods before contributing as a starting quarterback. Diego Pavia could be available, developing fit for Las Vegas Raiders, particularly if they want to aim as a dual threat quarterback capable of improvisational play and leadership on the side. I mean, he's not a plug and play starter. It will depend on Taylor offensive scheme, mass ability, mobility, coaching to improve field vision and processing, girl integration to mitigate size and our limitations. But he can be like a development or high upside backup quarterback with strong and to the balls and mobility, aligning mobility with the Raider system. Not a deal as an immediately starting quarterback without growing adaptation. Because I know there are some persons that would like to interested Fernando Mendoza, but some persons they would like to go with Diego Pavia, and probably if they need to see it, we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna really happen, but you know, they're not gonna really mess up that draft pick. If they need to like stick it out for the ground, stick it out for a fits in, I mean, man, what should I do all right? What should we do? Because if they need to put all of there, maybe as much as we want a quarterback in the building, we don't know if we had the situation for one. Because they used to draft to trade down more capital or positions needs. If they need to build this team the right way, because they've heard that Warren is going to stay, they're going to put CJ Carr potentially, Arch Manning really gets going. And they know there's going to be like a deeper quarterback class next year. Because some people that are not very most knowledgeable, but also they can give us more time to ride out Pete and Gino's stupid territory with us. We can hopefully get a young offensive minded head coach to grow with a quarterback. Who's gonna with me? What's gonna happen? Probably yes, probably not. But if we still ask after trading down and trying to solidify everything else is that quarterback, they didn't put some Spytek on the hot seat. Could we deserve it or not? Because they're trying to solidify the team into mediocre forces on trading someone who's been sloppy seconds on trading ransom to moving off of the other guy, which even more pressure him to pan out. All they're just going to say that just tank the fucking quarterback when you're in position for the top guy you desperately need. Even at the worst situations, you had to take your most important player while getting as good as possible as you get. Anything else is just turning into a complicated mess. If you do want to succession and trade down all of this stuff, then had to trade up for the next few years. Then after Dom fits and stop, and then the kid sucks. Now they're really fucked because if those guys are really pretty well, their cap. The cap is gonna be really fucked. And I'm talking about the cap space. Cap space. If they want trying to sign them to start to score like filling 20 different pairs of shoes instead of just keeping it simple and taking the guy who was right in the front of the face. I mean, this is not the time to the Raiders to get cute. I mean, landing at number 1 or 2 should be like an anomaly. If you land, there's like a quarterback. Like if they want to go to swing, I mean, that's no. It doesn't sound like really crazy, but it fars part the idea of the trade down. The common refrain say that there's not enough top end talent in this draft for people to be well enough to trade up. In any scenario, we'll probably to have to stick and pick whatever land. They just wanted to need to like the guy enough to get them. We just need it. We just need it at all. Because I understand that some persons they need to like with Mendoza. Because some of those simpletons who keep the thinking, we're gonna draft the quarterback. And it's gonna ball with his ass. Because until we fix the offensive line, no matter who's back in there, they'll be like something sounded like Joe Burrow did between for over the last few games. It takes time. Competent coaching, good disciplined players, sound technique, know your assignments, fill your gaps, finish your blocks, It's not gonna happen between for this line. It's possible because, in fact, between for the situation about anything about the coaching, whatever entertain pulling up Jackson Powell Johnson at center after the flashes he showed up last year until Antonio Pierce. Not to mention the fact that center is his natural position. Regardless, the offensive line is the worst that I've been seeing for a while. Boils down to coaching, of course. P won't let it drop the ace drop. At this point, you just need to get fired. Patrick Graham with the one to the left, anyone to throw left under the bus. But I know it's gonna be like something that, oh, they might notice, but who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows? Because what it seems really hard to do, like the team can do both. Draft the quarterback and other offensive line. We've been seeing like at least two recent samples where the team got the quarterback first and then faced the offensive line after seeing who is the actual issue, who is the offensive line. So with people say, the people idea to face the online is way more games, then how are they going to get the quarterback at the top of the draft? Lose on purpose? Trade up? Of course, the answer is going to be trade up. If there's no takers, let's take like 2024 draft as an example, where the team that tried to trade up and no one would supposedly offer multiple first, two other picks, possible players. They just go, oh, you got to maybe like next year. If you're in position to take like a quarterback, that could be your franchise. You take them for they have the opportunity. This team, they wait decades, even centuries to do completely passing on quarterbacks in the first. If the team does draft a quarterback and they turn to that guy, it makes getting everything else for the next 4 years much easier. I mean, if we drafted a quarterback and sign free agency on the offseason, or maybe draft in the later rounds, we already have Colton Miller, Jackson Power Johnson, Kayla Rogers. It looks very promising. And DJ Glaze could still improve. Drafting one or two like, oh man, there's already need. But this is like the year the sneaky pig gets to the skids and Tom Brady sends his buddy. There really should be a no. There's a real old school online coach this year, but I don't think it's going to be so much interesting to get involved. I mean, if we had like the worst quarterback in the league, let's not draft it in the first, even though we're tanking for the exact reason. I mean, there was a line that's for sure. If you're high when you're thinking to get the number one pick, then don't take like the quarterback. That could happen. That could happen a lot, but they might know. Sorry. Sorry, because I know that I was working a lot. So, so don't mind me because I know that I was like, man, I was definitely working a lot to get the bread, but it is what it is. All right, so let's just keep continuing because I understand that between for like the quarterback, we should not draft a quarterback until we have a better than average offensive line. I mean, championship or one in the trenches. It's not like the rocket science. Build the trenches, then draft a quarterback or trade like the Rams did with Stafford because they know there's going to be a worse scenario Hall of Fame talented quarterback available. And I'm tired of people screaming for a quarterback that our line just can't get Genty more than 4 years to carry and giving off her insane amount of sacks of a game, which it just killed drives. The quarterback is not the issue as much as the issue if you follow. Because we literally had the worst line in the league, and they need to invest heavily into it if we want to see this team do anything. That's what I'm saying. But here's the thing. How are we going to do it with both? If we can draft a quarterback at the first round while grabbing or drafting offensive line to fill our 2 holes for next year, it's fucking nuts. And people think that the line that we're going to see like the last 8 months where our line is, not only for the defensive, but also for the offensive. Because we're missing Colton Miller, Jackson Parra Johnson. We have a couple rookies. Oh, sorry. We have a couple rookies to try it out. Kelly already looks like he wants high potential. For some reason, people can wrap this head around. Also, to have merited Capper for his side and the other league backups play started minutes. Of course, we're going to be sucked with this lineup. It doesn't mean that we will win next year with all the pieces that we have back and all the moves that we have. Like, can we just have it a use and also critical thinking? Because we have legit third stringers getting burned because how bang of our unit is. If we need something like very offensive, also you can really a top pick on the draft. Sign offensive line of free agency and draft in early draft rounds. Just draft the quarterback in the first round, and then for the second round, then for the third, 4, 5, 6, 7, draft all the offensive line that you got. That's how they really know. I know that I'm just like, because I know this is going to be like really slippy at all. But if you deprioritize your biggest weakness and most important position group, which is the offensive line, they might not able to draft the guys who you really want. If you decide to address offensive line at the second 4 rounds, what do you do about linebacker? Devin White, Elander Roberts, Jamal Adams, or 1-year deals? How do you do in defensive edge? Willis is on a 1-year deal. And Wilson, Tyree Wilson is not good. Cornerback, Stroke is on a 1-year deal. Will Kelly just had a serious knee injury, and Porter hasn't played too much. And what about the wide receivers? They need a true wide receiver 1 to pair with Bowers. If you try to address some online in free agency, you're competing against each other team. Yes, each other team that wants to sign offensive man. In real football, you have to make tough decisions based on value because you're not going to get everything you want. Because I understand that made in fantasy are really different, but in real football, is all reality. Because drafting the quarterback now could be a good or a bad value because there are so many glaring holes, pause of the offensive line. They're much better off with the prioritizing the offensive line, but quarterback is the most important position in football. And what part do you need to understand? Top quarterbacks get you happen in playoff competition year in, year out. Teams to do trade first round to picks and draft the tackle. Great online. Then come shout out to bat to maybe online play. Then you have a chance to get your guy, the quarterback, you have to take it. And the saying there is gonna be like a top 1 or 2 pick. It doesn't really need to quarterback. They should never pass and take a tackle. If any team that did like the general manager will fight for the next team makes her pick, the quarterback attracts other free agents. Also, like, oh man, like this whole entire is gonna be like, what are those stupid things? But you know what? Why not upgrade pro positions? If we just build a good offensive line, we may not in a good position to get the top quarterbacks. Offensive line can be true between draft and free agency. But getting a good quarterback talent doesn't happen after either. Doesn't. Really doesn't. Hey, how's it going? 99 Marquez and Fernando Periodista, salute to you. And I know that I'm just really tired, but man, I'm gonna do a little bit this right. What can we do this right now? All right. So the next topic, I just wanted to tell you because I know there's gonna be like a lot of difference between Aston Genty versus Saquon Barkley, between for the game, Las Vegas Raiders versus Philadelphia Eagles. So, hey, how's it going, Frank? Salute to you, Frank. But between for like Aston Genty and Saquon Barkley, they're both dynamic running back prospects. Barkley have established NFL dominance, and Genty entered comparably high expectations with similar traits. Because I understand that Saquon Barkley was there. And both backs have elusive running styles and strong vision, but Genty is being protected to have a similar impact on the team while Barkley did his breakout seasons. But between for like the potential, Barkley wins because he offered NFL production consistently. Genty brings rookie upside, explosiveness, and potential Stanley, but between for like over the last games, over the last few games, we didn't see a lot of improvement. It was like getting back to the same over and over and over and over again. And that shit makes tired. That shit makes tired for a lot. Because I understand that both are really versatile, agile, capable to creating yards after contact, and he combines more power while Genty is noted for fluidity and sharpness. While Barclays is safe to pick across formats, Genty is a high variance, high upside with the option for the managers willing to the breakout. But Barkley represents the established elite back, while Genty is emerging talent with a Barkley-like skill set, making the comparison that means immediately production versus future upside. They got to draft decisions ensure with experience versus protect work hard and stream strategy. It could be it. Because I understand that Saquon Barkley took all over. But Aston Genty is very good. But it doesn't seem there's gonna be so much ready for this lifetime performance against Saquon Barkley. Everybody knows it's gonna be like something interesting, but we don't know. If they want to do about it, gotta do what everything do. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I know this is gonna be like a short stream because I know that I had to go to work well today right now. But I just wanted to tell you, thank you guys for joining this episode of Straight Outta Nation. And I know that maybe tonight I'll be with my homies, Jeff, also Chris for Raiders. I don't know if it's gonna be second Raider Mike because I'm at to pull up right now. So I know this is gonna be like really interesting. And of course, I'll provide the play-by-play in Spanish between Las Vegas Raiders versus Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday, which is 1 p.m. Now, this is going to be so much interesting, and it's going to be on the grind right now. So I know that maybe it's going to be really interesting. And one last thing before I wrap this out is always one nation. The one motherfucking nation, which is Raider Nation. It doesn't matter win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Yes, it is. And I'm very proud to be part of this community, not only for the content creators, but also for the Raider Nation, which is my family. My family to join on with culture, tradition, and also hustle, loyalty, and respect, just like John Cena. And speaking about John Cena, because I'll provide Saturday night main event, which is the last match of John Cena after 25 years at the WWE. Hey, how's it going? Auntie say told you what's going on, my brother, to say Miami Hurricanes all the way because I understand that I'm wearing the Duke shirt. And of course, I was wanted to tell you. And you better watch out because there was one guy in the NFL draft 2026 is going to be really working out. Representing for Miami Hurricanes, Alvaro Martinez is going to be selected at 2026 NFL draft. So it's going to be really incredible, folks. And probably I'll get selected as a backup quarterback because I know that I have an arm technique better than Geno Smith. Because right now, coach, just put me in. Just put me in the team right now. All right, folks. So right now, I'm out of here. So right now, I got to do what everything can do because I know that I'm going to be really busy at work this week because I know the weekend I got the time off. All right. So thank you very much. And I hope you see you there next time for the next episode of Straight Outta Nation with your host, Capitán Rafucho, Rafael Chacin, Raf in the building. So thank you very much. And just like one of my homies, Gustavo Cerati says,
Gracias totales.
Thank you very much. And I will see you there next time. Bring it out right now.